A blade does not become strong. It does not become tempered until it's been through the fire several times. And this is just your first or second time through the fire. And there's a lot of hammer work that has to take place. And then you're going to have to go back in the forge again. And it's hot, and it melts you down, and you're uncomfortable. And then life is going to pull you out, and it's going to put you on the anvil, and it's going to hammer on you some more. And you're going to say, what, am I done yet? Am I a sword for the ages? No. No, you're not. You're not done yet.
What people understand is that they live for themselves, not knowing that you have the power within yourself to change millions of lives by facing life, by facing yourself.
This is why I'm a big believer in this, is that when you are starting out, I think you got to find the thing that's the pain. And like, pain motivates significantly faster and stronger than pleasure does. Like, people are like, no, passion's the right way. It's like, point a gun at a family member, all of a sudden, 10 out of 10 motivation, pain. And so like, I think people should use their pain more.
Man, the beauty of being someone who has to go through struggle, because you get that. If there's no struggle, there's no, if there's no struggle, then it's nothing. There's no journey. There's no journey. You know, you get to make that magic, man. You get to be the story.
In life, you have to have no fear. You have to have no fear. You have to believe in who you are and what you do, and just go fucking get it. Don't be afraid to tell somebody no.
I don't want to sit down and have a conversation with someone with something that says, you're in heaven, this is what you should have been on earth. And are you really in heaven now, or are you in hell?
The life we live, guys, it's a differential of margins that's almost unmeasurable. What is successful and what is failure, the differential are so small. We're talking about seconds. We're talking about, reps. We're talking about the finest echelon of measurement that will make or break someone's life to be successful at that moment. And once at that moment successful, that gives a birth of a lifestyle that's unbeatable, second to none. But in order to have that first success, you must ensure yourself that you're giving it all you can today.
I now know that there is no cap on the human mind. There's no cap. We cap it ourselves. And having these setbacks where I can't even run a mile.
Wow.
But I'm thinking about running 135. I can't run 1 mile, but I'm thinking about running 135.
Why not just do it over and over again until you have it perfect? But the fact is, you don't get that chance. You get one shot at this gig right here. Life. One life. That's all you've got. And regret, in and of itself, it's worthless.
You're gonna have doubt, you're gonna have frustration, you're gonna have anger, you're gonna have mistakes, but those things are necessary for you to gain the skills, all right? So when you really look at what it takes to build something, like from my perspective, I can very confidently say it is very simple. It's inputs equal outputs. It is what I do and what that creates. And if you show up every day and you're effective every single day, and you continue that for as long as you can and keep the ratio of wins much higher than you do losses, meaning like you win, let's say 95% of the days or even 90% of the days, bro, there's no denying that you'll get where you want to go. It just depends on how long it's going to take.
I believe in the law of attraction, and I believe that that you can speak things into existence, and I believe that when you know where you're going and you know what you want, the universe has a way of stepping aside for you. And me signing my signature with Champion 2011 on it, it can't hurt me. It can't hurt me. It could only help me to believe it even more,
The only valuable thing in regret is the lesson you learned. The knowledge that you gained. Don't let regret beat you down. Don't be a slave to regret. No, let it teach you. Let it make you better. Let the fear of regret fuel you to take action. Today. Now.
Around 2010, 2011, I went through this huge spiritual thing where I became obsessed with the power of the mind. Meditation, visualization, and just realizing how powerful our minds actually are, like how we really do paint our world with our thoughts and our level of self-belief. So I took myself from being very average-minded to actually believing that I was the shit, and believing that I could be the shit and that I could be the GOAT and be the greatest and never lose into.
There's people who come from fucking literally nothing. No parents, fucking adopted, no money, dirt poor, wearing the same clothes every day, who have built literally billion-dollar businesses, okay? If those motherfuckers can do it, I'm 100% sure that you can do it. So, but it might take that person longer because they didn't grow up with, you know, parents that taught them about business, or parents that, you know, taught them basic things in life. So yeah, we all start at a different place. And that means that it might take you longer, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. And that's what you have to understand. If you were born in a shitty spot and that's the card you got dealt, guess what? The reality is you got to do more work. That's what it fucking comes down to.
You like your current state enough that you like the pain of change thing, right? Like, you're not in enough pain. And I've said that to plenty of people. We go speak and someone's like, how do I get motivated? I'm like, you're not going to get motivated. Like, you have to hate. For me, I automatically go there. I'm like, you have to hate something. Like, for me, I just hated my current existence. And so for me, that was powerful enough to get me out.
You better go out there and do it yourself. You know, don't fucking wait around and wait for someone to hand deliver something. Go make it happen. You know, the fish don't just jump in the boat. If you want to go catch them, go catch them. You know, throw that line in the water and go do some work. And if it doesn't work that day, do it again the next day.
I want to be up, then anybody in the world wants me to be down. And it's all about, well, like I said before, self-belief. My whole success is from belief. Something I can feel, but not actually see.
Listen, every day when you get out of bed, life's standing right there to kick you in the fucking face, man. Could be anything. Could be you get up and you walk downstairs, you got a fucking flat tire and you're late for work and you got this and that. Life is gonna throw all kinds of crazy shit at you, right? And you have to be ready for it and you gotta fucking deal with it. You can't curl up into a ball, you can't run away from it, you can't hide. You have to take all this shit head on.
If you never say good enough today, I promise you tomorrow will always be enough. Whenever good enough isn't enough, you can bet tomorrow you'll have enough.
So when people look for that happiness factor, is your foundation and your fundamental principles so strong that if this thing was to go away, could you still create happiness and success all over again? If your foundation and principles are extremely strong, no matter what endeavor it is, you look at the most successful people in business and everything else, they've gone to do multiple things that have allowed them to create different levels of happiness within that confined circle. You know, Michael had basketball. Then he had the shoe brand. Now he's got other endeavors. He's involved in, you know, a lot of philanthropy things. The competitive nature doesn't stop, and everybody thinks you can only be happy with one certain aspect in your life. You can create happiness in multiple things in your life, and if it gets to the point where it is burning you out, that means it's time for that you are no longer obsessed with that thing anymore, and it's time for you to become obsessed with something else.
It is a huge advantage to come from fucking nothing. Here is why. Because you had the biggest motherfucking chip on your shoulder that you could possibly have. You got fucked in every way. Everybody tells you your shit. Nobody thinks you're gonna succeed. Everybody laughs at your shit. And if you're smart, you could absorb that energy and use it to move forward. And dude, every single successful person at a massive level has this crazy story of how the fuck they did it and where they came from. And it's not because they just get there and start making up stories, bro. It's because those people have something to prove. They have a mission. They have an enemy. And those are 3 things that you have to be successful. So if you're one of these people and you're moping around about not coming from nothing, you're blinding yourself to the reality that it's actually one of the biggest advantages for the massive amounts of success that you could create. Do you think that middle class, weak ass pussy motherfucker's gonna do the shit that you're willing to do? He doesn't even know what hardship is. Those people are easy as fuck to beat if you come from that place. So like, dude, don't cry about it, use it to your advantage, and I guarantee you, you'll be much more successful than the soft motherfuckers that come from the rich family that their mom and dad paid for everything for them.